Hey Canucks fans, it is game day and it's Braden Holtby in the Canucks net. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, March the 20th. This is where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, and Lucas Gates. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. Your names are listed in the video description. If you want to become a member of this channel, become a member of the CCC Crew. Just press the join button underneath any of my videos like this one, or click on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Coming to you from my bedroom today because we have something going on downstairs. All good, but I'm banished to my room for a couple hours, which is fine. And so this is upstairs in my place. You've basically seen every room in my house by now. You've seen my living room where my piano is. You've seen my home office where I do most of my vlogs and live streams. You've seen my family room where I used to do my live streams. And now I'm upstairs. But I've done a couple of vlogs from here before. A couple programming notes. Thanks to everyone who joined me for my post-game live stream last night. 60 minutes of Canucks content. And then a 30-minute free concert that I probably played about 24 different songs, or at least portions of songs. I had a lot of fun. So thanks for your request, and thanks for joining me last night. And make sure you join me tonight, starting again at 7:15, but no concert tonight. And right after the game, or maybe during the game, one of the intermissions, I will release details on my giveaway with Mckenzie, my sponsor for my post-game live streams, a chance to win a $50 gift certificate to Mckenzie. I'll be doing that on Instagram, and I will announce all that a little bit later today. Okay, let's talk about this Canucks game. A Canucks game that some are billing the biggest game of the season. And I made a point yesterday. I say all the games right now are pretty big. They're all worth the same amount of points. But when you kind of look at where we're at in the season right now, the ramifications, the implications, all those Asians words, yeah, I guess you could argue that this, for now, is the biggest game of the season until the next game, which will be probably the biggest game of the season. But there's many reasons why this is indeed so big. Number one, the opponent, the Montreal Canadiens, the team that we are right behind in the standings. We actually had a chance to tie them if we had won in regulation yesterday, but no, Nick Suzuki made sure that Montreal got at least 1 point. So we are still 1 point behind the Montreal Canadiens. Fine. Yes, they have 4 games in hand. They still have to play those 4 games. There's no guarantee they're going to win all 4. Of course, they're not going to lose all 4. But they have 4 games in hand, but you got to do your damage against the other team. So it'd be nice if Vancouver could win tonight and then basically take all 4 points and leaving Montreal with only 1 point of the 2 games. So that's important. It's important. This game is really important right now, not only from that standpoint, because we're chasing them, but because of the hot streak the Canucks have been on. They've won 8 of their last 10. They've won, 8 of the last 10. They've won, is it 3 straight now? 4 straight now? I should know this kind of stuff. I'm going to look it up as we're chatting. But yeah, the Canucks are playing really well right now, and they want to continue that momentum because they have to go home still and play another 2 games after this. They have Winnipeg on Monday night and then Winnipeg on Wednesday night before they get their basically 6-day break. It's almost a complete week, but they have basically a 6-day break after the 2 Winnipeg games. It's important because, I'm just confirming. I should have known this before I started this stream, but yes, the Canucks are definitely on a win streak right now of 4 games, make that, because they beat Edmonton and then they beat 2 Ottawas and they beat Montreal. So 4-game win streak. They've won 8 of their last 10. So, and they're up 500 for the first time since February 2nd. They're at 16-16-2. So 34 points in 34 games. We think they got to get to 64 or 65 points. So 31 points in the next 22 games. Not impossible, but not easy as well. They got to win at about a 700 points percentage. And 8 of the last 10, obviously they're at 800 right now in their last 10 games. They're doing this all without Elias Pettersson. That to me is extremely impressive. I think some people thought that he went on IR yesterday. No, I heard he went on IR as early as Wednesday. Earlier in the week on St. Patrick's Day on March 17. Regardless, what that means to me is it frees up a bit of salary space. So that's an important thing to remember. Not sure if the Canucks are needed, but every dollar helps, of course. If he's not going to be playing, if he's not a healthy scratch, then you might as well put him on the IR if you can, if it's an injury that's 10 days or longer. I don't think he's going to play Winnipeg, Monday or Wednesday against Winnipeg at home. Then that basically gives him another week and a half of rest, and then we come back against Calgary, a team that I'm sure will be fighting within the playoffs. And we have a gap from, we play Winnipeg on March 24th, and then we play Calgary on March 31st. So basically a full week gap, 1 day less than a week. And why not give Pettersson that rest? As much as your best player, if there's any doubt at all, just let him rest for 2 more games, and it in essence buys him a week and a half, if that makes sense. So yes, doing it without Pettersson, but nice to see Tyler Mott come back in the lineup despite his penalty, putting the puck over the glass. Very noticeable, especially on the penalty kill. Love Mott's game, and like I said last night, I like Jimmy Vesey's game, especially in the first period. He was very noticeable. Good speed, hard on the puck, forechecking, decent defense. So I think he'll be a nice replacement for Tanner Pearson, who will himself be out for at least a month. So not good. We're missing 2 of our top 6. And I think the one place you really notice that is on the power play. Yes, granted Pearson wasn't on the first power play unit, but obviously missing Petey on the power play. And it was the Canucks, the first unit doesn't even get into the zone early enough with enough control. So hopefully they can change that tonight. JT Miller, what can you say about him? An uneven start to the season, but he's still getting points. He's still getting his points, almost a point per game player. And now he's had 2 game winners in the last 3 or 4 games. And what a sick move last night. And it kind of reminded me of Horvat against St. Louis in the playoff bubble, knowing that you're going against 2 forwards, right? So he walked Tatar, and then he went around Suzuki before putting the puck past Jake Allen. So a really, really nice effort from JT Miller. He was the one who said last night that this is probably the most important game of the year. But I like that because he's kind of like the emotion. You'd say Pettersson is the most skilled player. JT Miller is, and Brock Besser has the most points this year. JT Miller is kind of like the emotional linchpin for the Vancouver Canucks. That's the way I'll put it. So when he's on it, when he's edgy, when he's ornery, but when he's on his game, that's the JT Miller we want. We don't want when he's ornery, edgy, but having a poor attitude. So his game is getting better. The Canucks are getting better, and we see that on the ice. He still makes a goofy pass once in a while. He still kind of looks a little bit lackadaisical around on the ice once in a blue moon. But if he's walking guys and toe dragging our way to victories, I'll take that anytime. So a big game. I'm excited. But the biggest thing, and I can't believe I didn't even talk about this, Braden Holtby. It took me 8 minutes to get to this. So Braden Holtby is starting tonight. No surprise. Makes a lot of sense. All along for the past week, I've been saying Demko. Then with his back-to-back, even though there's no travel, it's still back-to-back. There's no point in risking injury to Demko. Give Holtby the start. It's not like he's a bad goalie, but the Canucks just got to play up. Give him a start, and then you fly back across the country, and then you have Demko Monday and Wednesday, and then you have a week off, and then Demko can recharge as well as Holtby can get some work in with Ian Clark. Last night, I was almost moved to think if Demko wakes up today and feels good, why don't you play Demko today, and then you have the cross-country flight, and then you play Holtby on Monday, and then Demko still gets 3 or 4 days in between, including the flight. And the reason behind that was this is such an important game, the team that we're ultimately trying to pass in the standings. But I think in the big picture, this is the wise move, is get Holtby in there, get Demko some rest so Demko can play the next 2. And remember, 2 points versus Montreal, it counts. 2 points against Winnipeg. They all count the same in the standings. But in tonight, particularly, we have a chance to limit the opportunity for the team one of the 2 teams that we are chasing, Montreal and Calgary. I always say, don't worry about Toronto, Edmonton, and Winnipeg. I think that's too big of a mountain to climb, but we do got to beat out both Montreal and Calgary. So Braden Holtby tonight, no Pettersson. Jimmy Vesey's second game, we'll see what he does. Edgy and motivated JT Miller. Brock Besser's hot. A lot of good things happening for the team. Let's see if they can continue it tonight. So give me a score prediction. It's been 3 straight 3-2 games in a row. I'm not sure Holtby holds them to 2. I'm going to say 4-3 Canucks today. I'm changing it up. Let's go with 4-3 for Vancouver. Look for my Monkey 9 giveaway post later today. I'll post it on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. It'll be an Instagram contest. And join me for my post-game live stream at 7:15 tonight. Subscribe if you like. Oh, and leave a comment below. Give me your score prediction down below. -4-3 Vancouver. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Become a member of the channel if you like to. Stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Enjoy the Canucks game. God bless, and go Canucks go.